Good morning to all traders and welcome on this Monday, the 5th of October. So the main news dominating the weekend was the health condition of President Trump. Early reports have indicated that he will be released from hospital as early as today, with there being some confusion over when he was actually tested positive for coronavirus, and some questions remain over the seriousness of his illness. However, Mr. Trump sought to protect an image of strength, tweeting images of himself and working from hospital, and also making a surprise public appearance in the drive past to greet supporters at the hospital. This did draw some disapproval with critics and Americans, saying that Trump could have avoided contracting the virus altogether. This week we'll see the next televised debate with Vice President Pence and Senator Kamala Harris in the spotlight. Both have recently tested negative for the virus. In other news, it's a tale of mixed emotions for COVID restrictions. The New Zealand Prime Minister is set to ease restraints in Auckland as she expressed confidence a second wave of COVID-19 infections has almost been eliminated. However, in Paris, bars are set to completely close from tomorrow for 2 weeks as the French capital is placed on a maximum COVID alert. So with the US political uncertainty looming, will this be a boost for the greenback? We'll have to wait and see in the next couple of weeks as we approach the next presidential debates, if they actually take place or not. So with that being said, I wanted to take you through a couple of major pairs today. Firstly, the euro dollar. So what I'm looking at in the euro dollar region is we've seen from the yearly lows to the yearly highs what a big swing it's been since the COVID pandemic actually took full effect. So I'm going to just put a Fibonacci from the lowest to the highest just to see what the potentials are with the help of the Ichimoku cloud. So what I'm seeing straight away is there is a bit of a confluence level between the Tenkan and the 23.6. So we've broken through that line in the last couple of weeks, and it's gone to the lower 116 region. So if we can break that line again and drop to the lower 116, I fully expect another drop to the 115, which will be an easy break on the downside, and then possibly testing the 38.2, which is roughly about the higher 114 area, which we have seen just over 3 months ago. If we can keep the prices engulfed in the cloud, then there is possibility for a bounce at this line and to push back up again to the recent highs that we've seen over the last few weeks, up to 120. But if it can break and maintain this low here that we saw on the 25th and 28th of September, we saw a slight double bottom there, and we could easily see that again. So I'll be looking at this. If this line can be tested again, just delete that so it's a little bit clearer. If we can test this line again, then I fully expect a break and it to fall lower. So I just want to take you to the 4-hour chart now to get an intraday perspective. So I'm looking at the lows, sorry, the recent highs to the recent lows. So from what I can see, prices are engulfed in the cloud at the moment. They're trying to break out on the upside of the cloud to the top. So I'll be looking at this zone here. If we can just break out, I'll just zoom in a little bit more so it's a bit more easier to see. So this area here is the 117, the mid 117 range, let's say. If we can get past this point and up to just over 117.6, then we can attempt this top again, which looks like a bit of a false break at the moment. So it looks like the markets are trying to regain some composure, moving up to this zone, and then we can possibly go up to the 118 area, which is what I'm going to be looking at today. So as we get more information about President Trump's condition, we might see a bit more of a sentiment shift in the market, and this is what, as I say, I'll be looking at for the rest of the day. I want to also take a quick look at the pound dollar. As you are probably aware, Brexit talks are forever ongoing, and it seems like there is going to be a deal made. However, with deadlines looming and obviously talks coming to a stalemate all the time, then we see a lot of movement in the pound over the last few days. So I'm just going to again take a Fibo from the yearly low to the recent high. So again, what I can see here is a bounce at the 126.9, what about approximately the 127 level, and then we're looking to push upwards from last week. So prices are now engulfed in the cloud. They're ranging between the Tenkan and Kijun lines, which indicates there could be a nice breakout. If it's on the upside, we'll be testing this region here around the 130, and then again where the where this line is at the moment, going up to the higher 130s up to 131. So I'll be looking at this over the course of the week as we get more data out on Brexit, again, if it's positive or negative. We've got this withdrawal bill that seems to be forever ongoing, so again we're going to see what the possibilities are. So just like the euro dollar, I want to just take a intraday perspective. So I've brought it down the 4-hour chart again. So we're going to go from recent highs to the lows. So we're getting a bit of support at this level. As you can see, there's been many attempts to try and break through the high 126 area, which has failed. And now, as we saw on the daily chart, we're moving upwards towards the 130 area. So intraday, as we get a bit more news coming out of the European Union and the UK itself, I'm going to just be looking to see if we can attempt this 130 once again. The 130 is something we've seen on the back end of September. A few attempts to try and push back up, but it's failed, as you can see, and now we're going down towards the 126. Towards 127, and now push again on the upside. So intraday, I'll be looking to see if we can test this level right here, the 129.95, 130, let's say, and then another push to 131. A bit unlikely for today, but you never know because prices are trading quite far away from the cloud, and the confluence level of the Tenkan and Kijun line are actually moving at about 129. So we've got potential to move further towards the upside. So that's all for me today. Thank you very much for joining me, and if you have any comments, feel free to leave them on the video and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Have a great trading day ahead, and bye for now.